Artificial intelligence technology is changing everything. In today's video, we're talking about the top 10 worst careers you can be in and how to adjust. All right, let's get started with our list. Number 10 on our list is cashiers, self-checkout kiosks, mobile payment systems. Heck, when I go to Chipotle, I don't even need to see a person. I just tap it in on my app. I walk in, grab my stuff, and get out. You're seeing that all over the place. I actually went to McDonald's in Orlando, the world's largest McDonald's. Pretty dope. There was a big board. I select exactly what I wanted on the board. I went, I sat down in my seat, and then a robot came out and dropped off my food for me. Technically, I could go in and not speak to one human being. They do it all for me. And quite frankly, when I go into a grocery store, Walmart, whatever, I'm almost always using self-checkout. That's anecdotal. But listen, the Bureau of Labor Statistics estimates a 10% decline in cashier jobs over the next decade. This is a big deal. So if you are a cashier right now, it's probably time to start thinking about how you can level up. And let's talk about that for just a moment before we get into number 9 on our list. Focus on human engagement. Focus on relationships. Focus on how people perceive you. If you're just seen as the cashier at the grocery store, that's going to be really tough for you to move to the next level. So focus on, I'm work with my hands. I know humans. I'm building up my relationships. Stay positive about technology. Adapt. Learn new skills. Become an expert in your craft. You might say, Mark, how can I be an expert in cashiering? Well, you probably can't. But what you could do is you could spend 10, 15, 20 minutes a day reading, learning a new skill. It's very possible. If you've got a phone, you can be an expert in anything. All right, more tips on how to level up in a moment. If you're enjoying this video, thanks for liking and subscribing. Number 9 on our list is anybody that is working in a call center. And call centers, you do not want to be in a call center right now, people. There are currently 3 million people in the US alone that are working in call centers. But with AI, it is so easy to mimic voices, to cold call, to answer calls coming in, technical support. AI chatbots and virtual assistants are taking over a huge part of the market. And AI is 24/7, it's scalable, it's super efficient, it's data-driven. It can take insights from all previous calls that you have had with a particular company or with everyone that's had a call within the company or called the company. It's personalization at scale. And like as soon as you log in, if you say, oh, this is my order number, it's going to know every transaction that you've had. It's incredibly, incredibly powerful. And, you know, in my previous life, I was working at an insurance agency and we took in tons of calls. And what do we do the first thing when someone calls in? Hold on a moment. Let me pull up your account history. You know, that takes a few minutes to look at the account history of all the notes. Plus, I have to hope that the people that have spoken to that person before were taking proper notes. With AI, holy crap, it's going to be able to transcribe every single word that you have spoken. It's going to take all of that data. And not only is it going to jot all of that down, any future call that you have, it's going to be able to bring that back. So if you are in a call center, you are exposed. And listen, the data is there. The call center AI market is growing super, super fast. Right now, at a $1.9 billion valuation, we anticipate over the next decade, it's going to 10x to about $14.6 billion, but who knows? It could be everyone. And one of the cool things that you may not know is that already AI voice is almost indistinguishable from a human voice. It will make errors on purpose just to sound more normal. So for example, you might get a call that says, hey, Mr. Smith, it's really nice to see you today. Really nice to talk to you. So it'll have these pauses. It will use filler words like and you know, the stuff that, well, humans use. It's doing that. It's mimicking. But it doesn't just stop there with call centers. People are less likely to call on the phone, but more likely to use text bots. Here's another cool thing you can do with Google Gemini AI bot is I can do a screen share and ask Google Gemini, hey, how do I execute dark mode on my Google Doc sheet or my cloud? And it'll say, well, first click the settings button and then go to appearance and then choose your theme. And it can actually walk us through, and it's only going to get better. I'll give you another example. And this, I know this is anecdotal. I was in a webinar the other day. I was looking at this new AI chatbot. Well, it's basically designed to not close deals, but to book appointments for your sales department. Pretty slick. And I was asking questions in the Zoom chat, in the webinar chat, and I wasn't getting my answers quick enough. So what did I do? I went to their website and I started asking the chatbot on their website, and the answers were spot on. Every question I asked was boom, right there. Boom, right there. Boom, right there. I got my answers immediately. It was awesome. And what was also cool is this chatbot was continuously prompting me to give it my email address, my phone number, to get on the calendar with their sales team. Really, really powerful. If you are in a call center right now, you are exposed. You need to start thinking about how you're going to level up. What I would recommend is, we're going back in recommendation mode here, is become an expert in your field and find ways to replace your time using AI. If you're in a call center right now, think about, hey, is there a way I can use AI to empower myself? This common adage goes like this: AI won't replace your job. Someone using AI will replace your job. And is that going to be you? Are you going to be the person who's using AI to be more effective, more efficient? Or are you going to be the person who's complaining on the sidelines that your job was replaced? Because I promise you, if you are in a call center, you are exposed. All right, number 8 on our top 10 worst careers to be in is a driver. If you're in trucking, taxi service, home delivery, if you're an Amazon driver, all these jobs are extremely exposed because autonomous vehicle technology is not only coming, it's here. How many of you there, if you've seen this before, if you've experienced this, type it in the comments below. You know someone who's used a Tesla to drive them from point A to point B, and they haven't touched the wheel, or maybe they're lightly touching the wheel. It drives 100%. Heck, I knew someone several years ago who had their Tesla drive them all the way from the West Coast of Florida in Naples, all the way, park in their garage in the East Coast of Florida, Coral Springs. It did 2 hours of driving autonomously. These are popping up everywhere. And it doesn't just stop with Tesla. Waymo has autonomous taxis driving all over the place now. They're driving in San Francisco, in Phoenix, in LA. Pray for LA, by the way, with all the fires. Holy cow, that's crazy. They're also driving in Austin, in Atlanta. Within the next probably 2 to 4 years, you're going to see self-driving taxis all over the place. If you are a taxi driver, you are crazy exposed. And let's look at the global market size. The autonomous vehicle market is expected to grow from $74 billion in 2024 to $100 billion in 2025. This is moving really fast. This represents a compound annual growth rate of 35%. 35%. Do you think it's going to stop? No. And part of this is human beings being more comfortable in these autonomous vehicles. The more comfortable humans are in these autonomous vehicles, if I have a good experience and I go and I tell my friend they're going to use it, they're going to tell their friend, and all of a sudden everyone's like, okay, I'm actually comfortable getting in a car with no driver. The long-term forecast by 2035, the market is projected to reach $450 billion. $450 for the compound annual growth rate of 22% per year. You need to be aware. Now, I think the one, let me reverse this just a little bit. If you are a home delivery driver, you might be okay for now because they still need someone to pick up the item out of the car, walk it up. Robots will be coming for that. I don't know. I'd be skeptical that you're going to have robots actually picking up the item, walking out, going to the house, dropping it off on the front door. Drone delivery is coming. Drone delivery is already here. Let me put it this way. If you're a home delivery driver, you should probably be listening to podcasts like this, learning, evolving, and staying relevant. Nobody is safe right now. Nobody is safe right now. I mean, let's look at the trucking industry. As of 2023, the industry is employing approximately 8.5 million people. Listen, truckers, bro, there is no reason why autonomous vehicles won't be driving. Being a trucker is a tough job. You're driving long, hard hours. You're not getting enough sleep. There's health issues. Humans are way more expensive. Imagine if your truck could drive itself. How much money would the company save? They would save millions and millions of dollars at scale. So you just have to understand that if your job is driving a vehicle from, let's say, Los Angeles to Nevada, and then to Austin, and then maybe up to Kansas City. Shout out to the Chiefs, who have just the best relationship with referees in the history of the world. But why would I not just employ, spend more money to make sure that that the vehicle can drive itself from point A to point B? I would. In a heartbeat, because I'm saving a lot of money. HR, you get sick, you don't want to show up. I would absolutely have a truck that's driving it. Autonomous vehicles are here now. Adapt accordingly. Number 6 on our top 10 list of worst careers to be in are factory and warehouse workers. I actually recorded a video on this a couple months ago. Walmart plans to automate 63% of their stores over the next couple of years, and they are already using robots at scale, zipping around the back rooms. Walmart's doing it. Amazon's doing it. Every big manufacturing and warehouse facility is using robots to expedite. And there are going to need to be some humans in there, at least for the short term, to make sure that the robots are operating quickly, to do tech support. But it's a very different job. The humans are not going to be operating forklifts. The humans are going to be making sure that the robots don't break down. So is that you? Is that what you're doing right now? If not, you're exposed. You need to, and this is why I'm going back to this core concept of try to replace yourself in whichever career you're in. Focus on how can I replace myself using robots, using AI. I think that's the way I look at it. And listen, in the US alone, there are roughly 15 million people employed in warehousing and storage occupations, and about 13 million in manufacturing production occupations, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I mean, we're talking tens of millions of people that are in these back offices, and these are dangerous jobs. These are not like super safe jobs. I think it's really, really, really dangerous to be in this type of career. Advanced robotics are coming very quickly. These collaborative robots, these cobots, are something that you really want to be focused on. And you don't want to be the guy in the back room or that's complaining to the manager, oh, we don't want the robots. I would position myself as excited about the cobots coming in. And I know it's counterproductive because humans will be laid off. Humans will need to find new ways to fit in. And I want to work with people that are excited about the cobots coming in. You're learning about the cobots. You're posting about it on social media. You're reading books. You're researching, making it your personal public brand should be excited about the robots coming in, how efficient they're making. That's how you stand out, not just to your immediate manager, but the managers above them. I think that's a very important way. Artificial intelligence is going to come in. When it comes to logistics and making sure that A, B, C, D are all handled in sequential order, AI is going to be there. It's going to be optimizing the inventory. It's going to be forecasting demand. AI is just going to be much better at crunching the numbers than you are as a human. There's also things that these computers and robots can do with vision. They're going to be able to see through these special boxes. They're going to have basically X-ray vision. This is already happening, by the way. They're going to be able to look for defects. They're going to be able to see problems much more accurately than a human than you ever could. So again, use these as tools to empower yourself. It's really, really important. You need to transform your job. The warehouse industry is changing. Manufacturing is changing. You need to change as well. All right, number 5 on our list of worst careers to be in, security guards. Security guards. And, I don't see this as being replaced quite as quickly as some of these other careers, but change is coming. Why? Because AI-powered surveillance systems, facial recognition, and security robots can monitor and patrol areas way more effectively. In fact, you could Google this, and maybe we could show a video here. President Trump at Mar-a-Lago has robot dogs roaming around. They have robot dogs roaming around the facility looking for threats, checking for threats. These security robots are going to be everywhere. You're already seeing them in New York. New York City is using these kind of like cobots to help put out dangerous situations. It's happening. It is happening. Companies are already deploying these AI-driven robots to perform tasks that traditionally were handled by humans. They're patrolling premises. They're monitoring for unusual activities. Robots like the K5, for example, are designed to patrol areas and detect any sort of anomalies and reported incidents. You can actually check out Green Knight Security. This is a company that's already offering these services, Green Knight Security. And you could think about, for example, a huge location that typically would have a security guard driving around on a golf cart or sleeping at night. You don't need them. I can have a robot roaming around the facility 24/7, 365, using infrared vision, using X-ray vision, using all sorts of different sensors to make sure that the area is safe and secure. And you don't have to worry about people falling asleep. You could have, for example, 1 or 2 people in a central location, and they are monitoring dozens, hundreds of robots across all these different locations looking for red flags. Security guards, you need to evolve. Now, if you're a bouncer at a nightclub, you're probably going to be okay. And there are going to be a certain need for specialists. And again, key theme, core theme here, be a specialist, be an expert, be the best in your industry. And if you are the best in your industry, you're going to want to be using this AI. You're going to want to be using these robots to become even more effective and efficient. That's where you want to be. All right, number 4 on our list of top 10 worst careers to be in is a loan officer or an underwriter. If you're in there cranking and trying to assess risk, bro, you are in trouble. If there are 10,000 jobs now, there'll probably only be 1,000 jobs in the future, because the best underwriters, the expert loan officers are going to be basically public facing, relationship driven. Again, core concept here, be relationship driven, be good with people. People are still going to desire great human experiences. You need to provide that. But the reality is that AI powered systems can assess creditworthiness, process loan applications, and manage risk way more efficiently than you ever could. I'm sorry, they just can. Now, AI does some wonky stuff, so there's still gonna need to be the critical thinking human being there. But if you're a critical thinking human, you're an expert in your job, you can use the AI to assess all this risk. You can probably process 10 applications in the time it used to take you to process 1 application. And in fact, the Bureau of Labor Statistics projects a 7% decline in loan officer jobs over the next decade, 7%. I think it could be bigger. I think it will be bigger, but that's what the Bureau of Labor Statistics expects. So start adapting right now, start using it. I think the best thing you can do is start actually using the AI to become more efficient, more effective, and be public. Let everyone know around you that this is what you're doing. Read a book here and there. Subscribe to a newsletter like the AIupdate.ai. You can subscribe to my newsletter, AIupdate.ai, to just be aware of what's happening, to be aware of the opportunities that there are out there. Subscribe at AIupdate.ai. Keep informed. And, this is a really important time to not be comfortable, but to adapt and evolve with the market. All right, the next on our list of top 10 worst careers to be in is a tax accountant or attorney. Not to say there's not going to be any role for these. Again, core concept, there are going to be a few experts that are employing AI and robotics to be much more efficient. AI technologies are automating tons of repetitive tasks, everything from data entry to transaction processing to the initial tax return preparations. And this automation enhances efficiency and reduces the likelihood of human error by a lot. That being said, you're still gonna need experts to power this. You're still gonna need critical thinking humans, because AI does stuff like hallucinate and screw stuff up. That's where the human comes in. That's where you want to be. There's just a shift in job focus. When the routine tasks are automated, any tax accountant must be transitioning toward a more strategic role, a more human-facing role, like advisory services, financial planning, and complex problem solver. You want to be a complex problem solver, an expert in your field that's leveraging all these tools to be the most efficient and effective person possible, the most effective professional possible. And you want to make sure that everybody knows this. Again, putting out your personal brand is really important. Quite frankly, I don't make much money creating AI videos, but I know that AI is going to be a big thing moving forward. I want to be in that space. I want people to understand that I'm a thought leader in AI. And that's why I spend so much time and resources in this space, because I understand how important it is. And the fact that you're still watching this video, thanks for liking and subscribing, by the way. But the fact that you're watching the video tells me that you also understand how important this is. And if that's the case, you're in the right place. Learn, be loud, be proud. Number 3 on our list of top 10 worst careers to be in is retail. Now, retail is pretty broad, and retail is one of the largest employers in the United States, but that market is changing really, really fast. We already talked about careers, which is one part, but any sort of repetitive and repeatable task, any sort of job that involves highly repetitive, predictable tasks, they're at risk. They're at risk. Cashier, stalker, data entry clerks, some of the customer service representatives that handle basic inquiries and even returns maybe. All this stuff can be automated, specifically stalkers, because I know that stocking shelves is a really big need, but if you have a robot, and we talked about the warehouse workers, if there's a warehouse robot in the back that goes in, finds the item, brings it up front, knows exactly where it goes, places it in the place, it's just gonna happen. Now, are all these retail jobs gonna be replaced overnight like this? I doubt it. And part of the reason why is because humans still want humans. I'm still going to be more comfortable walking up to, Hilda in Walmart and saying, hey, Hilda, I'm looking for marshmallows. I'm going camping. I need s'mores. Where is that? Oh, it's aisle 10. Probably gonna be weird walking up to a robot, but over time, we're gonna be more comfortable with that. So, I think retail is again, it comes down to finding a way to fit in, work with the cobots, be excited about the cobots. That's how I would look at it. And then again, try to find the jobs that are gonna have a growing importance, like a customer experience specialist. Humans want humans. Be an omni-channel expert, seamlessly integrating online and offline channels. More and more people are buying online, going to the store and picking it up, or going online, purchasing and having it delivered. How do you fit in there? How can you help people have an awesome experience on both places? Or even, like I mentioned before, you can become an AI and technology specialist. You can actually become an expert in that. That is going to be needed. Visual merchandisers, experience designers. I know back in my Best Buy days, shout out to Best Buy, I loved working at Best Buy. It was a great place to work. One of the things that you would do is you'd have people that come in and build out these huge displays. That's going to be important. It's hard to have a robot do that. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. That will come over time, probably, but you're still going to need a human to be in there, at least in the very near future. Also, maybe be a sales associate. Again, you really want to focus on the human-to-human action. If you're one of the type of people that shows up to Walmart and is like, I hope I don't have to talk to one person a day. My perfect day would be not talking to anybody. You're at risk. You're replacing. You need to find it in your heart to connect with human beings. That's where the value is going to be, I believe, in the retail space. All right, number 2 on our list of worst careers to be in, fast food worker. And I know there's not many people that are like, fast food, that's my career. Gonna work at McDonald's, even though you see Trump, the president, like flipping burgers at McDonald's. Pretty funny. That ain't his career. Anyway, I digress. Fast food workers, I already told you a story early in this video where I went to a McDonald's. I didn't have to talk to one person, but you're already seeing automated kiosks. You're even seeing robot chefs becoming more common in the fast food industry, just automatically flipping burgers. You're seeing this in Japan. You're starting to see it here in the States. If you're a fast food worker, you probably don't see that as your career. If it is your career, focus on being customer facing, problem solving, and I think you'll be okay. But fast food I just don't see it as being much of a career in the future. All right, number 1 on our list of top 10 worst careers to be in this AI technology age. By the way, do you disagree with me? Do you agree? Are you hanging on every word? Put it in the comments below. I want to know. And frankly, if you're pissed off because I listed your career, write it down below. I want to know. And number 1 worst career to be in is data entry clerk. And essentially what you're doing is you're entering data into a computer system. This is all going to be automated, y'all. Everything is being scanned. Everything is being registered. And the Bureau of Labor Statistics projects a 17% decline. 17% decline. And I think it could move faster. I think, what humans tend to do is we overestimate what can happen in 1 year, but we underestimate what can happen in 10. So the world in 10 years is going to be unrecognizable. If you're typing information from documents or forms, transcribing audio or video files, that is all AI driven. You're verifying and correcting existing data. If you're maintaining databases and spreadsheets, that guys, girls, dogs, cats, it's irrelevant. I have software where if I get someone's business card, I just scan it. It automatically inputs into my CRM. It automatically sends people emails. It automatically gets them added into spreadsheets. Like, that is not a thing anymore. It's not a thing anymore. And if you disagree with me, put it in the comments below. That's fine. You're allowed to disagree. That's okay. But data entry is not somewhere you want to be. It is really bad. And there's many industry. Every industry is being impacted. Healthcare, if you're entering patient information, medical records, filing insurance claims. You might still have an insurance specialist because the insurance industry is a complete debacle. It's insanely complex. But those are a few things there. Finance, if you're processing transactions, you're updating account information, that's all going to be either online or AI driven. In the government, if you're entering census data, you're processing applications. Retail, updating inventory records, processing orders. Transportation, tracking shipments, managing logistics data. This is just not a thing in this new world. So adapt now, adapt accordingly. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you stay updated, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching today. All right, peace.